Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to UK and Republic of Ireland Qualifier Cup number 2. My name is Wonderboy. Joining me in the booth this weekend will be Onset. Cup number 1 saw Epsilon absolutely obliterate the opposition, but now a load of other teams have had time to catch up. Mark, welcome to the booth, my friend. How are things?
Very well, thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and to everyone watching, of course. And I think the competition we're going to see today is definitely going to be the most competitive so far in H5.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, teams like Vibe, XL and Infused, as well as others, have had time to catch up. Well, this will really be pretty much the cup to see if Epsilon are really worth their mettle. Anyway, a lot of Halo action has been going on this weekend, guys. I'm telling you, this Halo World Championship thing is very much underway. As you see on your screen there, Brazilian qualifiers, Australia and New Zealand qualifiers, Europe qualifier and Asia qualifiers have gone on this weekend. Europe qualifier is going on at the moment, and of course we see on your screen the North America qualifier is going on later today as well. Mark, what kind of teams do you think are really coming out of that European Cup? I mean, it's still going on as we speak. Any teams that really stand out for you? I mean, there's a lot of French and German powerhouses.
Exactly. Some of the French teams I think we've progressed through are going to be big ones to look out for. I mean, just looking at what we've seen in the last couple of days as far as Halo is concerned, you can see that the World Championships is becoming the World Championships. We've seen teams from Asia, we've seen teams from New Zealand, Australia, Brazil, and obviously Europe going on now, UK about to happen, and then we've got North America later on today with the second qualifier. It's just crazy. It is really starting to sort of form.
Yeah, absolutely. So, enough of the whole wide world. We're here for the UK and Republic of Ireland. Mark, why don't you talk us through what's going down today, of course, similar to qualifying cup number 1.
Yeah, it's a single elimination bracket once again. It's going to be a best of 3 series up until the semi-finals, where of course we'll go into a best of 5. That'll be for the semi-finals and grand final, as I just mentioned. It will be a standard Halo World Championship rule set. The winner will secure 5,000 qualifier points, just like last time, and then at the end of it all, 16 teams with the most qualifier points will advance to the land finals here at the Gfinity Studios.
Yeah, and of course that is all expenses paid as well. So if you're in the top 16, you pretty much get a free event right here in Fulham Broadway. So teams pretty much going to be vying for those top 16 spots. And don't forget, if you want to get involved, you can go to gfinity.net, sign your team up, and get playing for some points. Right, so let's have a look at some of the teams we may or may not be seeing in this tournament right here, Mark. Some of the teams we're going to be seeing, the teams to watch. Obviously we saw Epsilon Cup number 1. They are going to be the team that everyone is gunning for. But as we said previously, Vibe, Infused and XL have had time to gel, and of course you've got Rift down there at the bottom.
Yeah, I think this, as I said, mentioned beforehand, this is going to be the most competitive tournament we've seen so far. As you said, Epsilon was streets ahead of everyone else in the last competition, but Vibe and Infused, they're going to be looking to progress a long way from where they were last time. Vibe actually beat Epsilon pretty handedly in a long line scrim the other day. I think it was 9-0 with 1 draw.
And a draw. To Epsilon's credit, there was a draw.
There was a draw, but that just shows how close the competition has become. Infused had an awful run last time. I think they were knocked out in a position they didn't want to be in, but they have apparently been playing very well, apparently been a lot more organised. They have been grinding the game, and I really want to see these boys come out and make a point, just like Excel did last tournament.
Yeah, speaking of last tournament, let's have a quick look at the results last time round. Of course, in qualifying cup number 1, Epsilon were your winners. They took home 5,000 qualification points, Mark, and they have 80 on top of that. We'll have a look at the final standings as it stands a bit later on. But as you said there, Vibe second place as well, but XL coming up 3rd and 4th, as well as a last second team, which I believe includes Lethal in that lineup as well. So,
yeah, and I think looking at those points, there's so many still up for grab. The first ones were obviously taken away by Epsilon. Vibe took that second place, but I think after the points are sort of distributed after this tournament, we're really going to see who's who in European, not in European Halo, in UK Halo.
I don't like being segregated.
No, I don't either. Everyone's playing Halo. That's what.
When we all come together at the Europe, Middle East, and Africa finals, we'll be Europe once again. So anyway, let's take a look at the current standings going into this qualification cup. As we said before, Epsilon, because of their win in cup number 1, they are taking home 5,080 points as it stands. They could, of course, increase that lead today with a win. But Vibe very much hot on their tails, want to avenge that loss in cup number 2.
Yeah, and as we can see, Vibe took home the 3,000, but the 20 points once again from that online ladder. Excel just 1,000 points behind again. Infinity doing a good job 1,505 points there. Curly Powie, or is it Curly Power? We still don't know.
Curly Pow. I'm going
Curly
Curly
Power
Pow.
we're going to go with. Okay, 1,500 points. And then Infused Halo sitting down in 6th position on that ladder with 11,000. Not 11,000, they'd be top.
Well,
1,140
they'd be pretty
points.
happy with 11,000.
They would be storming it. We'd have to probably look into some of the brackets they've been involved with if that was the case. But
some very shady dealings going on there.
I think Infused, out of all of those teams, are going to be the ones who are going to want to bump their points up and move up that table.
Yeah, we saw in the teams to watch, the players on that lineup on Infused are certainly not players you expect to see in the 6th place mark. They'll be looking to improve on their results today, and hopefully we'll be able to see their team.
Yeah, I think Infused obviously dropping Riots just before the last qualifier, picking up Blackjack. They've had that time to gel, and they've obviously been playing well online, so it'll be really interesting to see how they perform today.
Yeah, and speaking of time to gel, of course, it's going to be this cup is pretty much the storyline. Are Epsilon really all they're made out to be? Now that every team has had a chance to catch up, are Epsilon really the team to beat?
Yeah, I think Epsilon have sort of laid down the mark as far as UK is concerned, and they're sort of carrying the torch, but it's going to be interesting to see who can take it off of them.
Well, let's have a look at the brackets we're going to be seeing today, Mark. 30 teams, I do believe, are registered for this tournament. Epsilon Halo, as of course they are #1 seed, will be taking a bye into the round of 16. But the teams we're going to be seeing on stream, Mark, Riot Gaming and Falcon.Halo.
Yeah, Riot Gaming didn't have a great time last time, but they'll be looking to put that right this time. I think that's, as you say, that's going to be an interesting game to watch first up, and let's have a look at who's in Quadrant B.
Absolutely. So, Quadrant B then, again, Infused, happy to have a bye there, despite being 6th seed, and they will be into the round of 16. Going into Quadrant C now. Vibe, again, with a bye there, Mark.
Yeah, absolutely. Vibe, deserved bye. They came 2nd last time. As I say, they'll be looking to get into that final. I think they won't be happy with anything but that. So, yeah, Vibe going to be the team to watch through this Quadrant C.
And we have to give a shout out to the IRL Kings there at the bottom of the bracket as well. We saw them on stream last time, Mark.
We did indeed.
Didn't have the best time against XL. So anyway, let's go on to the final quadrant of this 32-team bracket. XL Halo, another team we highlighted to watch. A bye for them as well. And that's pretty much going to wrap up the bracket here for this qualifying cup #2.
So, question as always, Harry.
Yep.
I mean, you picked Vibe last time.
I did.
And I'm going to make a rule that you can't pick the team that you picked last time
That's
this
not
time.
fair.
Because I am going with Vibe. I was
Oh.
on Twitter last night. I had my Vibe shirt on
That's
from back
not
in the day.
fair.
Who are you picking
I was gonna
apart
say
from Vibe, Harry?
I was going to say Vibe. That
Well, you
is not
can't.
fair.
I'm picking Vibe. Who's your pick?
I'm an Epsilon believer now. My #1 pick would be Vibe, but obviously if you're stealing that from me, I've got to go for Epsilon, I think.
I'm not stealing it. I'm just saying that
I think you've stolen
just
it.
going with Vibe this time.
I think you've stolen it.
Well, I totally disagree. But I think the team I want to see do well and do better than last time and really step it up is Infused.
Yeah,
I mean, it's gonna, if they don't do well this event, I mean, what's it going to mean for them?
I just don't have any faith in Infused anymore. I mean, you look at the rankings, they're 6. They're #6. That's not good enough. Simple as that. For those kinds of players, they really should be challenging for the top. I didn't agree at all with the team change for dropping Riot for Blackjack.
They'll have to prove us wrong on that one. I mean,
yeah, they absolutely have to.
It's a big change. Dropping a player like Riot is huge. I think you'd probably pencil in or sort of ink in Riot as one of the first names down on any EU sort of dream team squad. Yeah. So, Infused, impress us today, please.
Yeah, but I'm going for Epsilon. They
Epsilon?
won Cup #1. They'll be, despite the just horrendous blip in the results against Vibe. I mean, they lost in scrimmages 9-0 against Vibe. They didn't even get a game on the board.
I think that it was an off day. I think
so.
Vibe probably played well. Epsilon probably didn't play well.
I was watching the stream and Epsilon just did not seem themselves at all. So they're going to have to be on top form, I think, today, Mark, to prove me right. But I'm pretty sure they will. They know what's on the line.
And one interesting thing to take away from that, sorry to focus on this scrim so much, but it was such a big swing. I mean, we've seen Epsilon pretty much convincingly beat everyone that they've come up against. But after the scrim, obviously they're a bit dejected, but Jimbo was like, right, what can we learn from this? It wasn't just that, let's get off, let's move on. Showing their sort of the maturity of the team and going, what can we learn from this? What can we learn from losing? And if they can do that and they can put those things to use, then they're going to be definitely still up on top.
All right, then, let's take a look at the maps we're going to be seeing in the round of 32, which is coming up on stream very, very soon. Game #1, Mark, is going to be Truth, Capture the Flag, Riot Gaming against Falcon.Halo. How do you see this one going down? Of course, Truth, very important to control the camouflage and the sword.
Yeah, I could give this one to Riot Gaming. BR control on this map is so important. I mean, the BR against the pistol, you're going to win 9 times out of 10 unless you're missing your shots. So it'll be whoever can get control of those BRs and use them and stay alive with them, which is so important, and lay down those shots.
Yeah, absolutely. So then game number 2 will be Plaza Team Slayer. Of course, Overshield on the top of Plaza now instead of that Camouflage. Camouflage only in Strongholds, of course, Mark. And then game number 3, if it's needed, Eden Strongholds. What do you think about those last 2 game types? Falcon.Halo, we're not really too sure. Haven't seen too much out of them so far. So, do you think these 2 game types play into their favour?
As we say, we're not sure as yet. We haven't seen a lot of them. Plaza Slayer, if they can get the overshields, we've seen how effective the power-ups are in this game in Halo 5. If you control overshields and camos on any map, then you're going to have a chance. And then Strongholds, it's all about organisation. Yeah. It's all about knowing how to move around the map, how to rotate to those strongholds, how to hold them down, where to pick up your kills. And you've got to give it to a slightly more experienced team in Riot when it comes to that sort of game type.
All right, then we're around, I'd say, about 20 seconds until we get into the game, so you don't have to listen to us speak too much more. It's going to be Falcon.Halo taking on Riot Gaming. Game number 1, capture the flag on truth, if I'm not mistaken, Mark.
Absolutely, yep.
My memory is absolutely
bang
horrendous.
on.
In case you haven't noticed, by the way, I am very ill, so I apologise if you get my illness through the stream. I do apologise, but game number 1 is going to be Riot Gaming versus Falcon.Halo. Capture the flag on truth.
And do Riot have a new pickup?
They absolutely do.
I think we've got to start with him, haven't we?
The new man, Genius. He really was a star coming out of Halo 2 Anniversary. Surprised no one managed to pick him up sooner. It's a good pickup, I think, in replacement of Colossal here for Riot Gaming, but he goes down early on. Let's swap over to Mousy on the right side.
Picking up the big kill there on the Storm Rifle player. Slightly weaker weapon, I'd argue, the Assault Rifle up close, but he's looking to take down a second player there. Can't quite finish the kill. Mousy doing a good job here, just staying alive, looking to put shots across on the Carbine. That's both kills are cleaned up there. Now they can push into the base and look to pick up their first cap.
Yeah, that's exactly what Mousy's going to do, push into the base, but I like what Falcon Gaming are doing here, excuse me, Falcon.Halo. But Jokus there is going to be taken down. 2 kills on the board there for Falcon.Halo. Mousy is going to try and run this flag and will take down Raggy. But in the end, Mousy's run comes to an end. OB Jokus, what a name, by the way. That's going to be fun to say all this series. Takes down the flag carrier. Now it's Tide to try and bear the burden here for Riot Gaming.
Now Riot showing a little bit of experience here. They managed to get the flag out, which is the main part. They picked up a couple of kills, but they managed to keep it alive and keep it moving. But we're jumping on board with Raggy here, who is pushing in, looking to try and pull that flag and make sure that they can get a return. But it looks like the Riot guys are going to be moving in here and trying to secure this first cap.
Yeah, I'm seeing, if I'm not mistaken, actually, Raggy might be an old Halo Reach player, an old teammate of mine, Mark. This is
yeah, I recognise the name.
Interesting. All right, so a couple of familiar names on the Falcon.Halo side. Here is Zudet. He's going to find Lindez in front of his own base and will take him down easily. Mousy there, top middle, is no shield. Zudet is aware of this, but also aware of the oncoming threat from Genius there in pink 2. But he's just happy to stay alive here, Zudet. He's going to bide his time. His teammate does go down now, though, and Riot are in the process of running a flag right now, Mark.
I think Zudet here's got to make a bit more sort of a quicker decision, to be honest. But his teammate is moving the flag across. He got stuck and wasn't really shooting anything, wasn't really doing anything for his teammates there, sort of leaving them in a bit of a 3v4 situation. Luckily, his teammate was able to pick up a kill, but a little bit quicker decision making. You just worry with these newly formed teams sometimes when they come up against sort of more experienced teams that they've heard of before, they're a little bit sort of slow on making those decisions. But if he can get into the game, get a little bit of a flow going, then that's only going to be good for that side.
Alright then, so swapping over to the new man on Riot is Genius. As we said, certainly a diamond in the rough coming out of Halo 2 Anniversary. A player to watch, certainly for me. His team already 1-0 up in this game. Riot Gaming looking very, very good at the moment. 9:25 left in the game though. Falcon.Halo still have time, and check out the slide boost there from Genius. He knows his game inside out.
He does. I love a slide boost. Things like that get me a little bit overexcited. And
he's surprised you didn't scream, Mark.
Oh, I'll do that later on. But at least a double kill until I get the screams out. But yeah, Genius here pushing in, and he's picking up the flag, and it seems like they've picked up a few kills over on the Carbine side of the map. And if he can just get around this corner, which he has done, this looks like it could be the second cap for the Riot side, and he's done a great job there. Great cover from his teammates, and that's 2-0 to Riot.
Good stuff there. Let's stay on the point of view of Genius, the new man, coming off of the flag cap. His team already 2-0 up. Raggy in your kill feed, though, will pick up a double, and I do believe it's going to be Mousy and Genius, the last two alive here for the Riot side. Genius here is going to find Zudet. Can he win this battle? Yes, he can. That's a killing spree now for Genius, as well as the flag capture in this life. Very good stuff here from the new man.
And you did say, keep an eye on this guy. You did tell me. You did say he was the man to look out for.
You should know this by now, Mark.
Well,
I know things.
I like to disagree with you because it's fun. But yeah, he's doing a great job here. I mean, as you say, killing spree, flag cap. He's pushing up with his teammates. He seems to be in the right place all the time. That's 3 down now. And Riot looking to push in, get this 3rd cap. And if they can get on the spawn trap here, kill these guys on the flag, it's going to be so important. Mousy picks up a big double kill here. That's a triple kill for Mousy. And Genius is just going to have an easy job just to walk in if they can pick up this last kill. And he's found the guy here to do that on the street. And this should be, if they're in good positions, the final cap for Riot.
Yeah, it was good stuff there from Genius, but he just fumbles the flag there on the roof.
Fumbly Army.
Should? I don't know. This. I do believe this is Raggy. No, he's gone down. It's going to be Trippy, the last man, but check out the Riot cover. They're going to ground pound the flag in, and that is game, set, and match there for Riot Gaming. They take game number 1, 3-0.
Well, we've got something right. We called Riot to take this first game, and they have done that so far. Really impressed with Genius in that game. Only picked up 6 kills, but 2 flag caps. Mousy is the guy to look at, though, picking up 15 kills there with 1 flag return as well. So it shows that he wasn't just sitting around getting the kills. He was happy to move around the map, do what was needed to secure objectives. Yeah,
I feel a little bit sorry there for the Falcon.Halo side. We weren't able to see too much of their points of view. Hopefully we'll be able to in the next game, but Genius there, very smart decision making, good stuff running the flags, but Mousy, he makes it easy for his team.
Yeah, he seemed like Genius, from what I saw there, had a very calm head. He didn't get flustered, and sometimes on sort of up-and-coming teams, you need that player who's sort of calm head, a consistent player, and then the other players can play around them, and they sort of mould their playstyle accordingly.
Yeah. All right then. So game number 2. Can you remember what it is, Mark? I remember what it is.
Plaza Slayer. Yes,
yeah,
I do.
It.
I'm getting really good at memory. It's
memory's hard,
especially with age. I mean, I am getting old.
You are at least 44, 45.
20. How old do you think I am?
Well, I just said 45. I'm gonna 28.
27.
27. Okay,
yeah,
I was
coming
close.
up to 28. Though. I'm essentially dead. But yeah, Plaza Slayer is the next game, and as we all know, Overshield, Snipe, Hydra, BR, pistols, everything.
Absolutely everything on this map. We saw Snake in qualification cup number 1 go absolutely off with the sniper, so we'll
choked to perfection though.
He did, yeah, he did choke to perfection. He ended up with 2 deaths in the end. Let's start things off with the Falcon.Halo side. Trippy's going to be the man to try and pick up the sniper, but he is taken down immediately as Riot go into a 3-0 lead here, as Raggy is the man with the battle rifle. He sees Mousy over there, tries to shut him down. It's quickly turned on there by Tide, and I'm seeing let's give OB Jokus, the man with the hardest name in the whole world to say. Let's give him a little bit of luck.
Is it Locus?
I want to say Jokus.
I think he might be player. He might be the objective Locus, but it might be. But we'll call him OB Jokus for the sake of it. But
can we just call him OB?
8-0. I mean, this isn't looking too good, to be honest, at the moment. Riot seem to be showing their experience, and Mousy's going to be the player to watch here as he's got the sniper. He's moving over to the cafe, and he's going to, I think he's going to set up at the top of this ramp and just look into the yellow room, here into the yard, and look to pick up a few headshots, but misses one.
Perfectly lined up there,
misses the other one.
No, Mousy, he must know he's on stream.
Oh, he's got to hit this, though. He's got to get the double kill. Nice job from Mousy. I mean, he got a bit messy at the start, but he cleaned himself up and picked up the double kill. Good job from him. And this is the Royal 2 spot, as I call it.
11.
That's
2.
why.
That's 1.
That's why.
2. 13
oh, please.
to 2.
They're moving for you.
Oh, I thought Mousy was just going to do it there, but good pressure there from the Falcon.Halo side, despite being 14-2 down. Mousy's the man who's doing work with Sniper right now, but as you see in the player outlines, Raggy's the man trying to make a move. He will take down Mousy and give him a teabag for good measure as well.
Those squats are so important to Halo players, as we all know. I mean, if you don't do your squats as a Halo player, you're not gonna be able to bag people like you should when you get those kills.
No, absolutely not. 18-4 the score. As Riot Gaming pretty much in complete control of this game. Lindair's getting a little bit too overconfident there, out in the open, but Tide's the man who's going to help him out. Tide with the sniper. Let's swap over to Tide. As we're going to see what he can do. I think he only has 1 bullet left in the snipe. Or no, excuse me, he has 5. There's 5 left. So let's see what he can do with it.
And we've just seen the overshield pop there, and Tide's taken down. As Mousy's got the Hydra, he's going to be hopefully looking to help his team lock down this overshield. I'm not actually sure who picked it up there, if it was burnt. But he's going to be looking over to this light rifle, and he's going to look to flank through the yard here with the Hydra. If he can get that locked on, then Ruwagi stayed alive, but he's taken down, and the Hydra did the damage. As we see, you lock it on, you shoot it anywhere, and you're pretty much golden.
Yeah, good stuff there from Trippy though. He will put the 8th kill on the board for Falcon.Halo.
Oh, it was a failed Spartan charge.
Almost
He didn't
makes
hit
it
top
9 there,
speed.
yeah, didn't quite hit the maximum velocity needed. But it's the new man here, Genius, with the sniper. Shooting a wall there. That wall pretty much made pay there by Genius.
Yeah, that was a little bit wild. You know, he is a genius, so who are we to question what he's doing?
Exactly.
But he's just scoping this light rifle there, decided to not shoot the explosive barrel because that's not a player. And good decision, can't disagree with that.
You can't really waste sniper ammo on barrels. That's not, you know, that's not the meta game of Halo 5, I'm afraid.
Even when you're 28 to 8 up. 29, sorry. Linde's picking up a kill off screen here, but Genius, it's a nice, as you say, he's a new addition to this team. If you get a game like this where you just get time to get comfortable with your team and pick up a power weapon and didn't quite get that headshot there. I think he thought he did, but that would have been a nice double kill. But 32-8, I mean, there's no real way back, is there, Harry?
Ooh, I don't know. Never say never, Mark. But one thing I was seeing out of Genius there, good crosshair placement, but couldn't quite connect the shots. Let's swap over to Raggy. He takes down Mousy. That's going to put the 10th kill on the board for Falcon.Halo. They are all trapped pretty much in the yard, though. I think Tide must be aware of this, but check out Lindez with that sniper. He still has 8 bullets in this thing, so let's stay on the point of view of Lindez as he takes down Raggy. And it's now 34-10, 24-point lead.
Yeah, Rawaggy's awareness a little bit questionable there. One warning shot, he should have maybe backed down. Thought, well, someone's probably trying to shoot me here, but he continued with his one-on-one battle and he was easily picked off as Lindez hasn't really missed with this weapon as yet, and he sees a player spawning down the hotel. Does he see him? We're lucky enough to have this option. Picks up that kill there. Another one spawns there. Can he pick up the double kill? Nice from Lindez, and he is really impressing me in this game. I know it doesn't seem like they've had much competition in this game, but he's hit the shots he's needed to hit, and if he hits this no-scope, I'm going to get overexcited, but he takes down Raggy. Great help from Tide there. Teamwork showing its importance.
30 kill lead, and that is only extending now for Riot Gaming. I'd love to give Falcon.Halo a little bit of love on stream, but I'm afraid at the moment it's this man Lindez and his team that are doing all the work. 44-11. They have 4 times the amount of kills that Falcon.Halo do. That's a tough stat to read, Mark.
And I think Genius just picked up a triple kill off screen as Lindez hits yet another headshot, back of the headshot, and he's going to find another player there. They are just controlling these spawns so well. Once you are spawning down in that hotel, it's such a tight quarters area, you cannot get away once people start spawning you there. And 50-11, that is a thumping, Harry.
That is an absolute thumping. There's no other word for it. Tied there. 13 kills as well as 13 assists and lowest deaths in the game. So great performance out of Tide. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see too much of him on stream, but a standout performance from him. And we saw Lindez there with the snipes as well. A positive 9 performance out of him.
Yeah, good solid game from Riot there. You know, unlucky that they weren't the other team weren't able to pick up as many kills as they might have wanted in that. Make it a little bit closer, but Riot showing they're a good team. I mean, we've seen them in the last couple of events. They've performed well, and the new pickup seems to be working for them. Yeah,
absolutely. I think Genius is going to give them that little bit of firepower that they may have just been missing in Colossal.
Yeah, a bit of slaying power.
You have to wonder, though, who picks up that leadership role in that team? Because obviously Colossal, a great captain, but just clearly couldn't keep up with the slaying power that Riot Gaming needed. Who fulfills that captain's role now?
Well, I think maybe Tide. I think Tide's quite a calm guy. I think he's the kind of guy in game that sort of calm, will call shots. And I think if he can step up and take that mantle, I think he'd be the right player. He's got the right mentality to do that for them.
Yeah, I think Riot Gaming looked pretty good for that 2-0 victory. They will take down Falcon.Halo. Whereabouts do you think we're going to be seeing Riot Gaming in this tournament? They are, of course, now in the round of 16 with that round of 32 win. Do you think they could go even further?
They're in a bracket of teams that can cause upsets, for me. I mean, if they catch fire against a team like, I don't know,
like an XL maybe?
Like an XL, but XL would have to have an off day. I think Riot would have to play really well, but XL would have to have a bad series. Yeah. But if that happens, who knows? You could see them in the quarterfinals. Who knows?
Yeah.
Quarterfinals, semi-finals?
Yeah,
where do you
put
them?
I don't know.
6 to 8.
I think they could take
4 to 6.
I think they're kind of a tier 2 team. When you look at your tier 1 teams, we're talking Vibe, Epsilon, Infused, XL, maybe a push.
They're sort of hovering between the two. Yeah.
They still have a lot to prove. Yes, they had a fantastic time out. Last time coming 3rd, 4th.
Yeah.
But they still have a lot to prove. And now they've put the time into this game. Maybe XL could maybe be a tier 1 team, but for me, Riot Gaming definitely in that tier 2 kind of bracket. Maybe could cause an upset with a tier 1 team. Shouldn't really be losing to any tier 3 teams below them.
Yeah.
But my problem with Riot is if they face off against any tier 2 teams, teams around their skill level, could they have the experience to pull it out?
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree with what you're saying there. One question I want to take away from that is how long, if Infused do not perform this tournament, when do they become a tier 2 team?
That is a big if. I don't know if they can ever become a tier 2 team just because of the experience.
But if you're going on reputation,
yeah,
reputation means nothing if you're not winning games.
Yeah, I guess so. It would be kind of tough to see.
It's so hard to say it, isn't it? It's so hard
like
to even imagine saying
players like Blackjack,
Chalky,
Ramirez, players who have won events, countless European events in the past, as a tier 2 team in Halo 5.
Well, I mean, it could happen, and I think they've got to look at themselves and say, we're not going to let this happen. And yeah, I think they're going to be the team that I want to see impress, if I'm honest. I think Vibe are going to be really strong. Epsilon
we know
are going to be really strong.
Yep.
Infused need to step up and be the challengers.
Yeah. All right then, guys. We're going to throw to a very, very quick break. We're talking about 10 minutes, so don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to have some round of 16 action. Stay tuned.